Hello, everybody. Welcome to McKelvey Ballpark for this afternoon's game between the visiting Mountain View Lock team and the home team, Colonial Mortuary, here in Babe Ruth Baseball as they enter their final weekend of play. I'm Paul Cunningham, joined as always by my compadre, the mailman, Terry Ward. And Mr. Ward, we've got the first and second place teams playing here in the first game of our Twilight doubleheader.
Yes, and there's some of the players right now, and this is the last week of the season, if I'm not correct.
Last week of regular season, they go into playoffs next week. And who's our sponsor for this game
we'd like to
today?
tell you that this game is brought to you by KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor, Home Instead. Learn how Home Instead Senior Care can provide the personalized, in-home care your loved one needs. Home Instead, to them, it's personal.
My parents are really slowing down. I feel bad I can't always be there for them.
How do I choose between caring for my mother and caring for my own family?
I've been looking into the options, but Dad doesn't want to leave his home. What do I do?
Struggling to care for an aging parent? You're not alone. Learn how Home Instead Senior Care can provide the personalized in-home care your loved one needs. Home Instead. To us, it's personal.
Shot of the ivy and a stop sign, which is what we were thinking was going to happen to this game until it looks like Mountain View Lock is going to have enough players to play. That's what's the tough thing about starting a 5 o'clock game is that parents have to hustle, kids have to hustle, but we're about to get underway here. Batting order for Mountain View Lock. Dwight Washington will lead off. He's their center fielder. Clint Blakely will bat second. He's their catcher. Quentin Warmke, the pitcher, bats third. John Ferolia, the shortstop, will bat fourth. Sam Wilhelm, he is playing first base in the 5 spot. Julian Esquivel will bat sixth at second base. First pitch into Washington in for a ball, 1-0. Matt Green, the third baseman, will bat seventh. Ashley Avery will bat eighth and play left field and batting ninth. And playing right field is John Bonos as Dwight Washington fouls that one down the third baseline. And who defensively for Colonial, if you had got it there?
Yes,
Mr.
I'm pretty sure I do. Oh, yeah, I sure do, buddy. Let's start with the catcher, Johnny Mendoza. Nick Myers on the mound. Over at first, we got Duke Myers. Billy Berman at second base, Steve Lee at shortstop.
Ground ball to third, and up with it is Andrew Young across the diamond. Is in time with a tag on the helmet to get Dwight Washington.
Throw drifted to the right on Andrew Young. I was just going to say, he's our third baseman. Ryan Myers in left, Clayton Davis in center, and at right field is Ryan Espiritu. Espiritu. You got it.
Batter is the catcher, Clint Blakely, out to face Nick Meyer. Blakely takes inside ball one. Blakely batting .590 on the season. Hitting a storm up for Mountain View Lock. Mountain View Lock down on Castro Street, one of the longtime sponsors for Mountain View Babe Ruth. Fastball down the heart of the plate is fouled off against the screen over the dugout. Finally, some good weather here in Mountain View, California.
Beautiful. Yes, it's a beautiful, not even twilight. It's still full sun day.
Grounded foul. Yeah, flew in from Las Vegas today, and it was unseasonably. It was horrible. It was in the 90s. Oh. It had cooled to the 90s. People were getting their jackets back out. Summer in the desert, you know.
There you go.
Ground ball to third. Up with it again is Andrew Young across the diamond and dropped at first base by Duke Myers. You won't see that very often by Duke Myers, but an error on the first baseman. Blakely on board on the E3. Take another look at it, Mr. Ward.
His throw was there. Down low. He couldn't get the old scoop on it. Could not pick it up.
Quentin Warmke, the batter now for Mountain View Lock. He will be their pitcher of today. Takes outside, ball one. Pitch in there for a strike. Count evens 1-1. Line drive into right field. And Duke Myers doesn't return to first. He might have had a shot at Warmke at first base, but Myers never went back. So a single off the bat of Quentin Warmke puts runners at first and second with one out.
Now batting number 14, John Ferolia.
And the batter will be shortstop John Ferolia. Ferolia batting .337 on the season.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Pitch is low, ball one. They're working on the sound system here, and so that noise you hear in the background is I'm trying to fix it. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Count evens 1-1. Pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Throw down to second base, and retreating and getting back in time is Blakely, as Johnny Mendoza, for a 13-year-old, has a very good arm behind the plate. And he made Blakely come scampering back to second base in a hurry with a throw down to Stephen Lee at short. Meyer checks the runner, lifted into right field. Backing up on the ball there to make the catch is Ryan Espiritu. There's a tag at second base. Throw comes to third, but easily getting into second is Clint Blakely. Advances on the fly out to right. That's not a sacrifice fly, as he was not attempting to sacrifice. He's going for the base hit. The batter will be the first baseman, Sam Wilhelm.
Now batting number 11, Sam Wilhelm.
Takes inside, ball one. Ground ball towards third base. Up with it is Young. Young throws across the diamond this time. This time they hang on to the ball. And the side is retired. We've played a half inning. Mountain View Lock, nothing. Colonial Mortuary coming to bat. Leading off for Colonial Mortuary will be their shortstop, Stephen Lee. He'll be followed by third baseman, Andrew Young. Johnny Mendoza, the catchers, in the 3 spot. Duke Myers bats fourth, plays first base. Ryan Myers is in left field, batting fifth. Nick Meyer, the pitcher, bats sixth. Clayton Davis, the center fielder, will bat seventh. Ryan Espiritu, the right fielder, bats eighth. And Billy Berman, the second baseman, bats ninth. And defensively, for Mountain View Lock, John Bonos is in left. Dwight Washington in center. Matt Green's in right field. Around the infield, Sam Wilhelm's at first. Julian Esquivel is at second base. Ashley Avery's the third baseman. John Ferolia is the shortstop. Clint Blakely behind the plate, and throwing his first strike of the game is Quentin Warmke. So you're up to date. Stephen Lee comes in batting .466 for Colonial Mortuary.
It's pretty good for leadoff batter.
Yeah, that's kind of like what you want to see. There's some very, very high batting averages for Colonial Mortuary coming to this game. Hence the reason they're in first place.
There you go.
Kind of works that way.
Men on base, men score.
You got it? Thank you.
And how's Mr. Warmke pitching?
Lee hit by the curveball. Off to first he goes. Didn't make a huge effort to get out of the way.
Didn't make a huge effort, and I didn't see too much curve in the ball either.
Now batting number 5.
So he wore it for the team. Batters Andrew Young, the Colonial Mortuary third baseman. Colonial Mortuary, one of the longest, possibly actually the longest sponsor for Mountain View Babe Ruth.
Ball got
over
away.
to first, gets away. Wilhelm chases around second, and holding there is Stephen Lee as he advances on the error. I'm going to give it to the first baseman.
I did.
Should have come off the bag to get the ball.
I certainly did also, buddy.
So a runner at second base for Colonial Mortuary. Pitch from Warmke misses outside. Scoreboard's still not working here at McKelvey Ballpark. City's been trying to fix it our entire season. Playoffs are next week, and we're really optimistic it'll be working by then. So I think there's been a couple of guys out here checking it. Either that or they were on break. I'm not sure which it was.
Where's Philly Block when you need him?
Well, Phil Block takes great care of this field, but he doesn't fix scoreboards.
There you go.
But he can mow a mean outfield, let me tell you.
He loves that tractor.
He does. He's a man born for a tractor. This one's lifted into shallow right field. Long run. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Stephen Lee picks up on that right away. Rounds third and will hold. A little surprised at that. Holds at third. A base hit for Andrew Young.
Number 14, Johnny Mendoza.
And it'll bring up the catcher, Johnny Mendoza.
I said the exact same thing. I saw him running. I said they're going to have to make a perfect throw. Right fielder Matt Green kind of got to it, but
so runners at the corners with nobody out. Mendoza the batter. Mendoza hitting .581, and he's only a 13-year-old. I don't know what he's going to be like when he's 15.
Mm-hmm. Catcher too, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a solid player. Throw over to first, back in plenty of time is Andrew Young.
Do we have an age on the Warmke? Chuckin?
Warmke's 13.
He's a 13 also.
He's just a youngin' and a good pitcher. He beat Ayuf, who is tied with them for second place. And pitched a gem of a game.
There you go. Andrew, they didn't throw over to first. He threw to the batter, and Andrew was moving.
Andrew Young, very, very quick. Good speed.
Yeah, we knew he was going to.
Chance for 2 RBIs here for Mendoza. Takes outside. Got to be careful working Mendoza outside because he extends his arms and the ball's going to go.
There's a gap, too, and there it is.
Ripped into right center field. That's down for a base hit. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Mendoza will hold it first with a single and a couple of ribbies.
You called it.
2-0 Colonial Mortuary.
Now batting number 21, Duke Myers.
Batter is the first baseman, Duke Myers.
My buddy called it. He got those arms extended. That was a nice shot right there.
Yeah, he's a good hitter. Pitch rides in high, ball 1. Warmke a little over-concerned about the runner now. Throws over to first, and back in plenty of time is Mendoza. Runner goes. Pitch is popped up in foul territory. The catch is made, and back just in time is Mendoza as Duke Myers pops up and out to Sam Wilhelm. One away.
Mendoza's quick. He was down real close to second base. See, he was
running on the pitch.
He caught sight of the ball, and he was scooting back. Just barely made it.
Batter is the left fielder Ryan Myers. As a slew of Myers will come to the plate now. Chris Mims clearly drafting by last name this year. Got in a rut, kept taking Myers.
More related?
No.
No. Hope you do.
Should get Myers Electric to go ahead and sponsor this team or something. It's ripped into left field and down for a base hit. As Ryan Myers just clubbed that one. Puts runners at first and second with 1 out. And Nick Meyer will be the batter, the pitcher for Colonial Mortuary today.
Ashley Avery got up a little at third base, but ball just went above his glove. Could not make the play. First and second.
On the upside, Warmke's been in the strike zone. On the downside, Colonial's been hitting the ball very hard. Kind of the yin and the yang. Bunt is down, and it's a nice bunt. Avery charges. He'll make the throw to first, and in time. So the sacrifice works. 2 outs. Runners at second and third, and the batter will be the center fielder, Clayton Davis.
Number 4, Clayton Davis.
So our first left-handed batter we're seeing.
Takes inside ball 1.
Do you think that sacrifice was essential?
Well, just try to get some guys in scoring. Maybe
position.
working on stuff, getting ready for the playoffs. The playoffs are next week, so you're
They already got 2 runs in.
working on the fundamentals, and popped up. Avery has a beat on it. He's there. He makes the catch for out number 3. That'll do it for Colonial Mortuary in the bottom of the first inning. They strike for 2. 1 in the books. 2-0, the Mortuary. Julian Esquivel, Matt Green, and Ashley Avery slated here for Mountain View Lock at the top of the second inning. First pitch by Nick Meyer is in there for a strike, 0-1.
Leading up for Lock, number 3, Julian Escobar.
Swing and a miss by Esquivel. 1-1 to count. See, these are the games where I start to feel old because Julian's father played for me on IOOF.
Whoa.
On the first team I ever coached here in Mountain View Babe Ruth. His dad was one of the draft picks I had that year, and
Picked
as a
him.
13-year-old, yeah. Elaine, where's the baseballs?
They're right here.
Our umpire searching for baseballs as the foul balls are going away. Pitch hits him on the curveball. Esquivel tried to get out of the way and got plunked. So down to first he goes. And the batter will be the third baseman, the right fielder, Matt Green. Ashley Avery is the third baseman. First pitch in there for a strike to Matt Green.
Here you go, thank you.
Pitch rides in high. Count evens 1-1. So it's kind of tough when you're, you see a son of one of the players you coached.
I hear you.
Yeah, it helps when you turn the microphone.
Yeah, my microphone. I leaned,
I understand.
doing the triple duty here around
Yeah,
here
you're
in the
doing
booth.
it all. You're doing it all. I like it. I like it, though.
Versatility.
Pitch misses. 3-1 to count.
Now batting number 6, Matt Green.
3-1 to count to Green. Pitch catches the corner for a strike. Count runs full. And pitch rides in high, ball 4. First 2 runners.
First time,
First 2 batters on board now for Mountain View Lock. Who's our other sponsor?
Yeah, we have
tonight?
another sponsor. This game is brought to you by KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor, the Menkes Clinic. Learn how the Menkes Clinic staff can help you look healthy, natural, and rejuvenated. The Menkes Clinic, helping you take care of the skin you are in.
Popped up into right field, a long run for Espiritu, but he is there to catch that off of the bat of Ashley Avery. A tag at second, a throw to third, and Esquivel is in time.
Now he's going down to second, and they tag him. There you go.
Now they tag him as Matt Green overslid the bag. So that was some excitement.
That was. So Esquivel's down to third. Matt Green thrown out at second.
So an odd double play. 2 outs, runner at third base, and the batter's the left fielder, John Bonos.
Now batting number 30, John Bonos.
Bonos lifts this one into right field. Espiritu starts back, comes back in, and is there to make the catch. So Ryan Espiritu having a busy inning and performing admirably. We've played 1.5. It is 2-0 Colonial Mortuary. Ryan Espiritu, Billy Berman, and Stephen Lee slated for Colonial Mortuary here in the bottom of the second inning. Quentin Warmke out to work his second inning on the mound. First pitch rides in there for a strike, 0-1.
30, Ryan Espiritu.
Pitch misses away. Nice job by Clint Blakely to get out there and get to the ball.
Mountain View Lock just with 9 players. No substitutes tonight.
No subs. It makes it easy for the coach. You
got
just
it.
let them play. Play on, kids. Play on.
They may do a little pitching switch or something, but everybody here is playing tonight.
1-2 the count to Espiritu.
As my partner said, just a beautiful night. No breeze at all here, pal.
Beautiful night at McKelvey Ballpark. Pitch is outside, 2-2. Hey, we've had some just bizarre weather here in Mountain View the last month with rain and hail and coldness and
everything.
Yeah. We were out here one game. It got rained out while we were playing. It was a deluge. I mean, the animals started lining up 2 by 2. It was.
I remember. It was crazy.
Hit hard to third base. Avery has it across the diamond in time to retire Espiritu for out number 1. Nice play by Ashley Avery.
Number 3, Billy Berman.
Batter is the second baseman, Billy Berman. B&B.
B&B.
Billy Berman. It's a good baseball name. First pitch to Berman. Misses just low. That pitch on the corner for a strike. Count evens 1-1. Berman, who started the season on injured reserve.
Oh.
Yeah. Came out, I think, about 2 weeks ago, rejoined the team.
What was the problem?
I think it was a hand problem, wrist something,
Okay.
I believe.
So you actually can be a DL type thing, huh?
Well, I mean, you just can't
he
play.
just
He was
just
a
wasn't.
It just sounds
but he
good
was
to say.
drafted, sure.
Yeah, well, he was on the team last year. And
Okay.
then he came back, but but he was injured during the offseason, and baseball that gets away from catcher, and umpire goes to get it. 2-2 the count. Towards shortstop and into left field. Berman
Found a
with
hole.
a solid single. Gets past Ferolia at shortstop. And Berman is on board. With 1 out, we're back to the top of the order in shortstop, Stephen Lee.
Now batting number 16, Stephen Lee.
Steven took one for the team in the first inning, right in the middle of the back.
Don't think it hurt him.
No.
Strike 1 to Lee.
You can see anything outside. You can see he's going to be going to the right part of the infield, outfield.
Runner goes. Pitch in there for a strike. Throw down to second is not in time. Gets past Eskimo, but Dwight Washington there to back up the throw. Stolen base for Berman. Oh, 2 count, I believe it is, to Stephen Lee. Pitch misses away. 1-2. It's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Nice pitch. Avery's got it, checks the runner at second, throws across in time to retire Stephen Lee for out number 2. And it'll bring up the third baseman, Andrew Young.
Ball kind of hit down by the handle. Didn't have a lot on it.
Well, and the grass has grown up a little bit. We didn't
Yep.
get a chance to get out here and mow the lawn this week, and it's a little long,
Yeah.
and it's killing the ball. Andrew Young singled in his first plate appearance, stole a base, came around to score a run, scored the second run for Colonial. They have a 2-0 lead. Warmke paying some attention to Berman at second base. Pitch outside for a ball. Outside 2-0. Warmke kind of living on the outside part of that plate right now.
Boy, sure is. There it is.
This one's lifted into right field. It's got some carry, and there to make the catch is Matt Green for out number 3. And nothing on the board in the bottom of the second for Colonial. We've played 2 complete. It is 2-0 Colonial Mortuary.
At the end of 2 innings, the score.
Why choose our clinic for your cosmetic rejuvenation? Well, you can trust that we will uphold all the principles our clinic was founded on. We only offer the state-of-the-art technologies and procedures that are as safe as possible and that have proven to result in a natural-looking result. So in the end, you will look like yourself, only younger. We believe in comprehensive follow-up with our doctors to ensure we are involved every step of the way.
Top of the third, Dwight Washington, Clint Blakely, and Quentin Warmke slated for Mountain View Lock. They trail 2-0, and will look to rally into this ball game
Number 1, Dwight.
this inning. Washington grounded out to third base in his first plate appearance. Swings and misses at that one. Nick Meyer on the hill still for Colonial Mortuary. Meyer pitches permanently from the stretch, which I have absolutely no problem with. It's much more important to be able to throw from the stretch than it is from the windup.
Why do you think he does that?
Probably more comfortable. Throws strikes better. I've got some pitchers now that they insist on throwing from the from the windup, and they'll walk the first batter they see almost every inning. Then they throw from the stretch and they're fine, but they insist that they can throw from the windup. And I just keep shaking my head, going, okay. And I don't know how often they want to bang their heads against the wall, but they. Chris Mims tries to throw a knuckleball back to the mound, and
It didn't knuckle, it dropped.
yeah, well,
He was barely reached the pitcher.
makes his poor pitcher work out there on the mound. This one's towards short, a line right to Stephen Lee. Dwight Washington retired.
We'd like to thank KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor, Home Instead Senior Care, for their generous support of this program.
That was odd. I thought I was hearing voices in my head for a second. Clint Blakely, the batter, the catcher for Mountain View Lock. He got on via an error his first at bat. Fouls that one back into the screen. Pitch misses outside. Count evens 1-1.
You can see Johnny Mendoza likes his job.
Oh, yeah. No, man, he's a good catcher back there.
Yep.
Pitch is low in the dirt, blocked nicely by Mendoza. Swing and a miss by Blakely. Full count to Clint Blakely. Pitch from Nick Meyer misses outside, ball 4, and Blakely draws the walk. Hustles down to first base, and it'll bring up pitcher Quentin Warmke. Warmke's 1 for 1 on the day, had a single into right field in his first plate appearance.
Now batting number 4, Clint Warmke. Quentin Warmke.
Pitch at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Shadows starting to move their way out onto the infield.
It's going to be interesting. I always like to see that.
Yeah, this there's for you longtime viewers, you know that McKelvey is known for its vicious sun down the third baseline, right around 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. And that's still true.
Oh, yeah. The left
has been the full 25, 26 years I've been here. Amazing how that each year the sun
the sun,
does the
you
same
know,
thing every year this
that's
time.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's how no deviation by the sun at all.
No, it knows right where to go during baseball season.
And the poor left fielder.
Oh, boy.
Whoa.
Inside, and that's off of Warmke's hip. That's a painful spot to get hit on, right hip bone. But Warmke's a tough kid. And he's trying to show no pain on his way down to first base. But running gingerly.
We saw that.
Second hit batter for Mountain View Lock.
Trying to go inside.
Trying a little inside and a little too far inside. Shortstop John Ferolia is the batter. Ferolia also only will be turning 13, only a 12-year-old right now. And I'll tell you, he's a heck of a pitcher.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, he's very good. For his age, he's outstanding.
There you go.
Throw back to second base, back in plenty of time is Blakely. Runners at first and second with 1 out. And Mountain View Lock with an opportunity to perhaps put some runs up on the board here in the third.
Get something on the board, is it?
Hit hard, but foul
Ow.
down the left field line.
There's your
Past
left. Yeah.
Rod McGee.
There's your left field line, the old
Nice look at the left field line.
bushes over there. Usually there's people sitting there with their chairs. That's where a lot of people like to bring their chairs from home and sit down that left field line.
Car pulling into the Little League field there in the background. Then, if you hit that car, you win it, by the way. That's a promotion we have every Friday night. Throw down to second is not in time.
And the owners say, no problem.
The owners say, no problem. You
Okay.
hit the car, they'll give it to you.
Good.
Yeah, it's
Good.
Hasn't happened yet, but you just never know.
There you go.
Popped up, foul, and out of play.
At the annual Eagles golf tournament this year on July 16th, we have a hole-in-one, and there's an automobile.
Really?
That's affirmative.
Wow. That's exciting.
Yep.
You're going to have somebody out there to watch for cheaters, because I'm not saying that there's some known cheaters at the Eagles.
No, not at
'cause
all.
I would never say that, because they're a sponsor, a proud sponsor of Mountain View Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth, that's correct.
But there's some hooligans.
They'll probably, one of their salespeople will put a little chair. Oh,
This one's hit well into left center field, and that's going to drop down for extra bases. Around third in to score is Blakely. Chugging to third base is Warmke. And he makes it there, and it's a double for Ferolia.
Boy, that ball was really gapped and rolled a long time. That was a nice shot.
Very nice shot, and a run-scoring RBI double.
Here's your replay. Right between those two left and center fielders, and that ball hit and was scooting. Went a long way. That almost went out to the fence. That was a nice shot. Yeah.
Sam Wilhelm, the batter, and he tries to go opposite way and hits it over towards the snack bar, the well-known McKelvey snack bar.
He reached for that. That's the gourmet snack bar, if I'm not correct.
The gourmet snack bar. Not sure if it's open right now, but
I don't know.
If it is, we'll get a shot of it.
Yep. So Clint Blakely came in on that double. Mountain View got one back. It's the way.
Mountain View Lock.
Mountain View Lock.
Yeah. Don't forget the Lock. They're right next door to the
They're
Eagles.
right next door.
Castro Street is well represented here in Mountain View Babe Ruth because you've also got the Independent Order of Odd Fellows, just kitty corner to where the Eagles and Mountain View Lock are. And just down Evelyn is Felix Auto Service.
Felix been around a while, sponsorship, right?
They have. They have been sponsoring, for at least 15 years.
That's nice.
IOOF, the Independent Order of Odd Fellows, a very long-time sponsor.
A lot of long-time members.
Well, yeah. It's dwindling, but but still. But our sponsor comes out to almost every game. When he's in town, he's out here watching our games.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, John comes out from
the
Odd Fellows and cheers us on.
Watch Sam here. Sam's been doing some reaching for these outside pitches.
He's certainly keeping his bat alive, and then he hits this one into the gap in right center field. That's going to drop in. One run's going to score as Warmke comes in. They're going to try to score for Olia, and he is going to score with no throw. And Mountain View Lock takes a 3-2 lead on the single and 2 RBIs by Sam Wilhelm.
Sam was reaching, then he came around. Yeah.
Let her look at it.
Here's your replay. Nice swing.
And we've got a controversial call as the runner did not hit home plate. Never touched home plate.
Last one, number 14. Thank you.
And they appealed the play. Great job by the coaching staff to catch that.
So Johnny Ferolia.
The second runner.
That would have been Johnny.
Didn't score.
Ooh, nice leap. Woo! Stephen Lee with a nice leap off the bat, and Johnny Esquivel.
Julian Esquivel is out, and that will do it as it's now a 2-2 ball game. For Colonial Mortuary, it's Johnny Mendoza, Duke Myers, and Ryan Myers slated here in the bottom of the third of a tie game, 2-2, as John Ferolia failed to touch home plate, and on the appeal play, they called him out.
We were talking to the umpire between innings, and you can see the footprint where he placed it down, but he did not touch the plate.
And he says it happens more than you would think. It's not always caught by the other team, but it happens more than you would think. This one's popped up into center field. Dwight Washington has a beat on it. He was playing him deep, and he's there to make the catch. 4 out, number 1.
Johnny's hit the ball hard twice.
Yeah, and with Dwight Washington out there, that's where fly balls go to die, because he is extremely fast and has an outstanding glove out there in center field.
There you go.
Batter is Duke Myers. Myers is 0 for 1 of the day. He had a pop up to first base in his first plate appearance. Curved ball misses ball 1. One and 1 to count.
Who else can pitch for Mountain View Lock, if need be?
Oh, they got, Ferolia.
Okay.
Into center field again. Again, Dwight Washington.
Perfectly.
Positioned perfectly. Makes the catch. 4 out, number 2.
Okay, this game is brought to you by KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor, the Menkes Clinic. Learn how the Menkes Clinic staff can help you look healthy, natural, and rejuvenated. The Menkes Clinic, helping you take care of the skin you are in.
I can tell it's been a while since you read that. It's not flowing yet.
No.
I want to hear it flow. Pitch misses high, ball 1. Ryan Myers, the batter. He is 1 for 1 on the day. Myers, the left fielder, came into the game batting an even .500. And that's improving right now.
You can see the shadows starting to creep in.
Oh, yeah, even a little bit further. The mound starting to get hit by the shadows. High curveball by Warmke that stayed high all the way through the strike zone. 2-1 to count. Pitch misses away. 3-1. Warmke doesn't want to give up a 2-out walk. Hits the ground ball towards second base. Escobar charges and has it kick off of his, took a nasty hop at the end, went off his thigh. And it'll be a hard luck error on Escobar as it just took. So one thing about McKelvey, it's a good field, but once it hits that dirt, you want to make sure you want to try to get to it as quick as you can to avoid a bad hop. Because they'll come every now and then here at McKelvey.
Yeah, that came up on him.
Yeah. Batter is Nick Meyer, the pitcher. He of the bright yellow socks.
Matching the numerals.
Yeah, I like it. The color coordination is absolute perfection. Now, if he had blue stirrups to go with it, that would really look sharp.
I think it's Cahill for the A's where he's wearing stirrups now. Looks good.
I like stirrups. Pitch on the corner for a strike.
Well, we grew up with stirrups.
Well, yeah, that was the way. You still got some guys that'll every now and then come out with
the stirrups.
as you say, with the stirrups, yeah. Runner goes, throw down to second base, and it gets away from Escobar, up and on his feet and on his way to third is Ryan Myers. Throw coming into third is offline. So he's stolen base, and he advances on the error. And I guess you're going to have to give that maybe to the catcher on the
The ball
throw.
was sailing to the right. I'm going to give it you.
To the catcher.
I am. He pounded the glove after he threw it. He turned around in disgust, so he knew.
Tomahawk into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit as he went for one well outside the strike zone. And Nick Meyer has it drop into right field for a single and an RBI. So that ball that sailed cost Locke.
Cost him big
Another
time.
look at it.
Here's it. Watch the swing. Kind of just, that's an excellent adjective, buddy. He just tomahawked it. Sunk down and went to right.
Now batting number 4, Clayton Davis.
Oh, M. Chanowski for Davis.
M. Chanowski, okay.
Substitution.
Now batting number 4, Reagan M. Chanowski.
Reagan M. Chanowski. Easy for our scorekeeper to say. Chanowski. He is batting for Clayton Davis. Two outs, a two-out rally here by Colonial Mortuary. As Warmke got the first two hitters, throw down to second base. This one on the third base side, kicks past Ferolia. And a stolen base for Nick Meyer. So a runner in scoring position for M. Chanowski, excuse me.
E-N?
M. Chanowski.
Okie dokie.
Reagan M. Chanowski.
There we go.
Pitch misses outside for a ball. I miss our scoreboard.
Yeah, not much you can.
Yeah, you can't really do anything right now about it.
It's been out the whole year.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
The city know it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Don't pay the rent.
Well, that's what we were thinking because they do charge now.
Yes, they
for
do.
The first 24 years here in the league, the city allowed the youth of Mountain View to use the field for free. Last year they started charging $1 an hour. This year they charge $2 an hour. Talk about inflation.
Guess what it's going to be next year?
Esquivel has it. Throw to first is not in time. An infield single for Reagan Imchanowski. And there will be runners at the corners.
Nick Meyer going to third on that play. Ball wasn't hit that hard. Nice couple big bounces. Wouldn't got down.
Nice job
Turned,
by Esquivel.
yeah,
To
he
knock
got
it down to
down.
get there.
Got to it. Just good speed by Reagan.
Ryan Espiritu, the battery, grounded out to third.
And
A
he's
throw
going.
over to first,
Oh,
and that should be a balk now. It's not. It is. It's a balk. And the runner will come in to score and make it a 4-2 game as Warmke spun to throw.
And he didn't throw.
And he didn't throw.
Should have just at least tossed it, yeah.
Pitch to Espiritu. Nice job by Blakely to get out there and keep that one from getting past him.
Geez, we had 2 quick outs too, buddy. Quentin got 2, yeah. 2 nice fly outs to
Dwight Washington.
Mr. Washington in center, and then boom, the doors came off here.
Pitch in there for a strike. Nice stop by Blakely behind home plate. Keeps the runner at second base from advancing. Sliced foul down the right field line. Two outs, runner at second base for Colonial. They lead 4-2 here in the bottom of the third inning. Pitch misses outside. Full count to Espiritu, Ryan Espiritu, the right fielder. This one's lifted into center field. Dwight Washington is there in a hurry.
All 3 outs.
Yeah, he covers a lot of ground. 3 away, that'll do it for Colonial Mortuary in the bottom of the third. They put another 2 spot up on the board. It is a 4-2 Colonial Mortuary lead.
Why choose our clinic for your cosmetic rejuvenation? Well, you can trust that we will uphold all the principles our clinic was founded on. We only offer the state-of-the-art technologies and procedures that are as safe as possible and that have proven to result in a natural-looking result. So in the end, you will look like yourself, only younger. We believe in comprehensive follow-up with our doctors to ensure we are involved every step of the way.
Top of the fourth inning, a 4-2 Colonial Mortuary lead for Mountain View Lock. They'll lead off their right fielder, Matt Green. He'll be followed by Ashley Avery and John Banos.
And we got a couple of defensive changes here. We're going to have Andrew Young out in center now for Colonial. Reagan Enchanowski's at shortstop, and over at third is Steve Lee.
That was flawless, buddy. You got that Imchanowski in there. I was very impressed.
I have a lot of Polish blood running through me, my friend.
I can tell. Flowed right off your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Swing and a miss. Matt Green walked in his first plate appearance. Swing and a miss, and down on strikes. 3 pitches. That'll bring a pitch count down if you're ready.
If you're counting.
Yeah. That is the, this is an odd thing to say this deep into a game in the 4th inning, but that's the first strikeout of the game.
They're up here swinging.
Yeah.
They're being aggressive.
Ashley Avery, the batter. Avery swings at that first offering.
That doesn't look like a strike either.
He flew out to right field his first at bat. He's a spray hitter. He'll hit anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Grounds this one just foul down the third baseline as it kicked out. Avery.
Here's a good shot from the camera, too.
Yeah. Hitting a even 400 coming into the game.
They got him batting this far down in the order, huh?
Well, he showed up late. So
oh, okay.
It was
there
one
you
of those
go.
things, okay, here you are. We'll get
right.
you in because we need to start the game.
Ooh.
Strike 3 called. So Avery takes it. And just as we said, there was our first strike out of the game. We've now got our second strike out of the game, back to back. And the batter will be the left fielder, John Banos. First pitch outside, ball 1.
You know, but I don't know. I'm watching these guys pitch like you were talking about that earlier, coming from the stretch like that. I don't think many coaches would like that. I don't.
75% of the time, pitchers are throwing from the stretch.
They are.
It's the most important thing to be able to do. Windup is overrated.
Okay.
It's the stretch. That's why you see a lot of relief pitchers. Of course, they always come in with guys usually
on
base.
Granted.
But sometimes they'll start at any, but they usually throw for the stretch. Pop up down the first base line, and there to make the catch is Duke Myers, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for Nick Meyer on the hill. We have played 3.5. It's 4-2 Colonial Mortuary. Billy Berman, Stephen Lee, Andrew Young slated for Colonial Mortuary here in the bottom of the 4th. Quentin Warmke out to work.
First pitch.
Into center field, and that is no man's land where Dwight Washington gobbles it up.
And that's 4 in a row.
Yeah, 4 outs in a row to Dwight Washington.
And KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor is Home Instead Senior Care. Home Instead, to them, it's personal.
And that's what some of those batters on Colonial Mortuary are thinking right now. They'd rather see Dwight Washington home instead of being here.
Oh.
Went a long way for that one, but I think it came out okay.
It did. I actually, no. Our producer, director, Bobby Chastain, was not.
Well, it was. I'm not mocking Home because Home Instead is a fantastic sponsor for us, and they do great work.
Okay.
Stephen Lee is 0 for 1 today. He was hit by a pitch, came around to score, and then he grounded out to third. Curveball is low and away for a ball.
In the booth, I'm going to be like Kruko, I guess.
Just play with the baseball.
Playing with the baseball when the camera comes on us.
Yeah, they never put us. They know not to put us on camera.
We tried all year to do that. We were going to do a spot.
We could try
back at the studio.
Yeah, but they won't even let us do
maybe
that.
for football season or something.
They won't even know that.
No,
I mean, we frighten people.
We're not buying it.
Just
They're
flat
not.
out
You got it.
Yeah. So a walk to Stephen Lee. Did you want to say anything to Dan Kern, who probably you told him to watch the game?
I watched the game. Well, yeah, if he does.
He's probably sleeping.
Well, newly married Mr. Dan Kern and his lovely wife, Jan.
Rod McGee out to the mound to have a chat with Quentin Warmke. It's a quick coffee break.
Just a little pep talk. We're still in this game. Don't let them get anything more.
Hell, it's a good game.
Good
4-2, very, competitive.
Good game. Now Quentin from the stretch.
Hit hard down the third baseline. Foul.
There's the ball got away from the pitcher. And
smart move by Stephen Lee.
Stephen Lee paying attention. The ball got away from Quentin, and he scooted down to second.
So that's not good. Pitch rides in high as Warmke doesn't finish the pitch. He was standing up when he released the ball, and it's just going to sail in high when you do that. Got to bend your back, son.
You can see right now from your pitcher on TV, the pitcher is in the shade. Ball coming out of the shade into the sun.
Indeed. Sun is getting tougher down at third base. It's almost prime steal time. A lot of teams try to steal third base when that sun gets into this
lower,
position. The runner goes.
He was looking right at him. I don't understand that.
Tags out Lee. Nice job by Warmke, realizing or sensing that he was possibly going to go. Did a spin
Check
move.
the replay on this. I mean, the pitcher was looking right at him. Just took a stride and
he challenged him.
Yeah, threw it right to Ashley Avery, and boom.
Challenge didn't work. So now nobody on base for Andrew Young. Warmke will go back to the windup. Young is 1 for 2 on the day. Curveball rides in high. Fisted off the bat. Avery goes back and will easily make the catch. For out number 3, and that'll do it for Colonial in the bottom of the 4th. We've played 4 complete. It is 4-2, Colonial Mortuary. Top of the order for Mountain View Lock. Here in the top of the 5th inning, a shot of the snack bar that the world-famous Mountain View Babe Ruth snack bar.
Everything, yeah, that's everything strictly a gourmet.
Back in the days when Dan Kern was coaching here, I think he added about 50 pounds of.
He loved that food. He never missed.
Never left. I mean, every inning he was at the snack bar.
You got it. You got it.
Oh, and plunked is Dwight Washington.
That's the
gets on the hard way.
Third hit by pitched.
Yeah, he's been plunking them, but Dwight Washington, not one of those you really want to put on there. Dwight is a speedster. He could be at third base in 2 pitches. Though he's throwing against, running against Johnny Mendoza, who does have a very good arm. He's a good, as I said, for a 13-year-old, he's an outstanding catcher.
Okay.
So it's a battle of speed against arm.
Just going to say, let's see. You can see Nick already checking him out.
Throw gets away, and he may get to third right now. He'll stop at second. Didn't get far enough away.
Well, that battle never materialized.
No. Well, he may still steal third. I would not be surprised to see him go and steal third.
Okay.
Give me the pitcher of the error on
you
the
got
throw.
it. Very
Absolutely.
good. Me too.
Okay, we're in agreement.
Me too.
Like Clint Blakely, the batter. He grounds this one in the hole, but coming over to get it is Stephen Lee, runs Washington back. Washington's now going to try to go. Now he's going to go back to second, and now he's in trouble.
Yep.
We may have one of those odd rundowns or odd plays where you're unfortunately going to get out of the inning.
Go. I don't know if he he banged him out.
He tagged him.
Okay.
So they run into the double play.
And we will get that all sorted out. But while we're doing that, we're going to tell you that this game is brought to you by KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor, the Menkes Clinic. Learn how the Menkes Clinic staff can help you look healthy, natural, and rejuvenated. The Menkes Clinic, helping you take care of the skin you are in.
See, when you're down just 2 runs, you got to be really careful on the base paths, and especially this late in the game. And I appreciate Dwight Washington's hustle. I always have. But you got a real good arm at first base, and you got to be really careful trying to run on something like that. So Warmke pops out to Reagan
was that the
Mchanowski.
Okay, yeah.
And that's out number 3. We have played 4.5. It is 4-2, Colonial Mortuary. Johnny Mendoza, Duke Myers, and Ryan Myers slated for Colonial Mortuary here in the bottom of the 5th inning of a game slated for 7.
Number 14, Johnny Mendoza.
Mendoza's this one hard down the left field line and foul.
Oh, he turned on that one.
Indeed he did. That's literally what he did. He just turned on it and drove it well down the left field line.
Yeah, the camera, you saw a good shot of how far that ball went.
John Bonos went and got it, though.
He was able to.
Yeah, he got there eventually. Now he's playing him to pull. Good move on Bonos' part. He's playing.
He moved over a couple
much
steps to the left.
closer to the line. Curveball is popped up, playable. Wilhelm is under it, and he makes the catch. For out number 1. 1 away. And the batter is Duke Myers. Myers is 0 for 2 on the day. He's popped up to first, and he flew out to center field.
Now batting number 21, Duke Myers.
1-0 the count to Myers. Outside, 2-0. Three and 0 the count to the Duke Myers.
Is he going to be swinging?
Yes, ground ball to short.
Deep in the hole.
Ferolia was not going to make that play.
Not at all.
Infield single for Duke Myers. And the batter is Ryan Myers.
Now batting number 22, Ryan Myers.
One out runner at first base for Colonial Mortuary. Pitch in there for a strike. Throw over to first. Back in time is Myers. Colonial's left 4 runners on base through 5 innings. Lifted towards Esquivel at second base. He gets it on the bounce and then throws out Ryan Myers. I think Ryan Myers broke stride partway down the first base line and then realized it was going to hit the ground, and then with his afterburners tried to get down there, but
not in time.
Not in time. If you run the entire play out, he coaches myself harp on, you'll find that you can make great things happen. But when you break stride and you slow down thinking it's going to be caught and you give up on the play, that's what happens.
Julian stumbled just a little, but he got to the ball in time. Nice throw to first.
Did.
Yeah.
Good poise on the part of Julian Esquivel. Nick Meyer, the batter. Meyer is 1 for 1. He had a sacrifice in his first at bat, sacrifice bunt, and then he singled his last time up. Ground ball towards second base. Esquivel drops the glove, gets up, throws to first in time. Nice job by Julian Esquivel as he stayed down on that ball very nicely. And that'll retire the side. We have played 4.5. It is 4-2, Colonial Mortuary.
My parents are really slowing down. I feel bad I can't always be there for them.
How do I choose between caring for my mother and caring for my own family?
I've been looking into the options, but Dad doesn't want to leave his home. What do I do?
Struggling to care for an aging parent? You're not alone. Learn how Home Instead Senior Care can provide the personalized in-home care your loved one needs. Home Instead. To us, it's personal.
Defensive changes not reported by the manager of Colonial Mortuary, Chris Mims, and so we're going to go and guess. Ryan Myers is at first base. Duke Myers is at second. Reagan Imchanowski is behind the plate. We have no idea who the shortstop is.
Okie dokie.
But we do know that Nick Meyer is still on the hill. And the batter is John Ferolia from Mountain View Lock.
14, John Ferolia.
I guess I could do process of elimination.
I saw number 5 as the shortstop's number. There's a little bloop.
Popped up into left field. And there to make the catch is Ryan.
No, it can't be.
Not Ryan Myers.
No, it's not.
It's somebody.
Ryan Myers is over at first base. So we do not have the left fielder. We do not have the shortstop. Houston, we've got a problem.
So what you said is number 5 at
He's
shortstop?
at shortstop.
That'd be Andrew Young is now the shortstop.
There you go.
Always makes for an interesting broadcast when
Sure.
they don't tell you what they're doing.
Absolutely.
Sam Wilhelm, the batter.
Sam, 1 for 2. A little outside.
I know that in center field is Johnny Mendoza. I recognize the pants.
Okay.
Pitch is fouled off by Sam Wilhelm. So now
let's
if
see.
we think hard, I don't think that's Billy Berman in left. It is Billy Berman in
There
left.
we go. So Billy Berman's they move. He's the Sun Man. We got Billy Berman.
Okay, so
We got everything covered here.
yeah, we finally figured it out halfway through the inning. Now thanks to the brain trust of Colonial Mortuary for letting us know.
Yep.
2-2 the count to Sam Wilhelm. Pitch misses low, full count. Right back up the middle. Oh, a
Nice
dive and
dive.
a stop and a throw is not in time. But a great try by Andrew Young.
Andy Young just in there as a replacement. Here's your replacement. Hard hit ball. Andrew with a nice dive on the grass. Up and throw. You can see how close he made it.
Julian Esquivel.
So an infield single for Sam Wilhelm, and the batter is Julian Esquivel. Esquivel takes strike one. Runner goes at a line drive base hit in the right.
And it got
gets
past
the right fielder, Espiritu. And Wilhelm will make it all the way around to third base. He was running on the play. And a nice shot by Julian Esquivel.
Sure was.
As he just drilled that one into right field.
The
Batting number 6, Matt.
Ryan Myers stuck that glove up, could not snag it.
Runners at the corners for Matt Green. Green is 0 for 1 of the day. He's walked and struck out. And Chris Mims wants to have a chat with his pitcher, Nick Meyer.
And we'd like to tell you that all these KMVT high school games are now webcast in full at kmvt15.org/sports. So you can watch it anytime. You can also buy DVD copies of this or any KMVT game by visiting the website or calling the station at 650-968-1540.
So that would be, let's see, high school and Babe Ruth.
And
games.
Babe Ruth.
Yes.
Absolutely. We got our bases covered.
Now batting number 6, Matt Green.
Producer director
Matt
Bobby
Green.
Chastain is, always on top of things.
They've got games upon games at the website that you can watch for. They go back. They've got an archive that's extensive.
You can hear our voices a lot if you want to.
If you want to, or you can buy the DVD and ask them to please leave the sound off, which a lot of people have been known to do because we really tire them out.
I don't think so. Where have you heard that, partner?
Well, I'm just assuming. It's a little self-deprecation that kind of comes with the job. Because I've heard it sometimes. Like when I said it was the end, we played 4.5 and we played 5 last inning.
Okay.
It's like, well, how dumb is that?
Well, no, it was a fleeting moment of.
I mean, how many times has Bobby docked our pay for mistakes that we've made
Boy,
here in the booth?
unbelievable. We've done a lot of free games.
Little balk there by
Nobody called
Myers. There was no call. They do the double steal, and a run gets home.
And
Esquivel's going to stay at second. And that's a smart move. A run scores to make it a 4-3 ball game.
boy. That was a nice double steal.
That was a nice double steal. It makes it a one-run ball game.
Yes, it does. You wonder if Reagan and Chanowski should have thrown the ball.
2-2 the count to Matt Green. Well, I mean, it was close. I mean, it was popped up on the infield. M. Chanowski makes the catch. Nice play by M. Chanowski. Not the easiest thing to do with a mask on and shin guards.
And a bat being
And a
rolled
bat
down.
being rolled. That's a nice play.
Yes, it was. And like I say, he just came in for this inning. This is his first bottom of the inning.
Ashley Avery with a chance to tie this game up. Curveball is fouled.
There's a good shot of the old shade moving in there.
Oh, yeah.
It's completely into the shortstop position, that one high tree.
Hard shot to second base, and it gets past Meyer.
Now is he going to...
Rounding third and holding wisely is Esquivel. Esquivel, good bat, good glove, not all that fleet of foot. So a good hold down there at third base by manager Rod McGee. And runners at the corners, and the batter is John Banos. See if Avery goes here.
Yeah. I would sense...
First pitch swinging
there it is.
into the hole and under the glove for a base hit. And Banos hit that hard. Young tried to get there, but just couldn't. And this game is tied up at 4. Runners at first and second. The batter is Dwight Washington. He is 0 for 2 on the day and has been
Here's
hit by
your
a
replay.
pitch.
Ball was hit backhand side for Andy Young. Just could not get to it. That was a base hit.
First pitch to Washington rides in high, ball 1.
Now Nick Meyer's going to have to keep his eye on Ashley Avery out there at second. Ashley's got some good speed.
Pitch inside, ball 2. 2-0. Dwight Washington came into the game batting .527, so one of the better hitters on the team. A lot of that is just by his sheer speed, too.
Okay.
He can hit a routine ground ball and come very close to beating it out. Can't coach speed.
Nope.
Learned that years ago.
I love speed.
Runners advance on ball 4. So the bases are loaded. 2 outs. And the batter is Clint Blakely. Blakely has gotten on an error. He has walked and come around to score, and he is grounded out to third.
KMVT Sports would like to thank our presenting sponsor, Home Instead Senior Care, for their continued support.
So 2 outs.
Do some damage here. Nice
They could.
base, yes, sir, with a nice base hit.
First pitch is low, ball 1.
Locke's been battling every inning.
Nick Meyer could be tiring a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
As we are in the top of the 6th. He's pitched very well today.
Yeah.
Done a nice job. Pitch rides in high. 2-0.
We know Coach Mims has been coming down, checking the count, his pitch count. So he is concerned.
Very well umpired game so far, too. I mean, we haven't mentioned them at all.
That's the best part.
That's right. When you don't mention the umpire, you know he's doing a good job. Foul tipped into the glove of Reagan Imchanowski. Low. 3-1 the count to Blakely. If he walks him, this could be it for him. We'll see. Ball 4.
Woo!
And Blakely is aboard and has an RBI for his trouble. Run scores, and Mountain View Locke takes a 5-4 lead, and indeed that will be it. A break in the action. Mountain View Locke has taken the lead 5-4. Batter is Quentin Warmke with the bases loaded at 2 outs. The pitcher now is Duke Meyer for Colonial Mortuary. Duke throws well. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Nick Meyer went out to center field, and Johnny Mendoza is now at second base.
And you're all caught up.
So there it is.
Watch Duke checking his motion overhand.
Way overhand.
Yeah, he comes right around.
1-1 to count to Warmke. Warmke has singled, been hit by a pitch, and flew out to short. Soft liner. 2-1. Warmke would not mind a walk here at all.
Absolutely not.
Grounded over the head of Meyer. This could be trouble. Up with it. The throw to first is in time to get Warmke. A great play by Andrew Young to come across and make the play and retire Warmke on the 6-3. But we have played 5.5. It is 5-4 Mountain View Locke. Reagan Imchanowski, Ryan Espiritu, and Billy Berman slated for Colonial Mortuary here in the bottom of the 6th inning of a 5-4 ball game where Mountain View Locke has just come back to take the lead. In on the mound now for Mountain View Locke is John Ferolia. Ashley Avery has moved over to shortstop, and Quentin Warmke went to third base. You are up to date. Ground ball that's dying in the
Boy,
grass.
is that die.
That'll show you the problem with the grass, and beating it out
Good speed by Reagan.
is M. Chanowski for the infield single.
Boy, and you can see how that ball died. We spoke about that earlier, how the grass is so thick here. It has not been cut.
It hasn't been cut. That's the problem. It needs to be mowed, and it hasn't been.
And,
I'm in Las Vegas. I
Sam,
can't get here all the time.
Sam Wilhelm made the play, and John got over there, but just not in time.
Lifted into left field. Bonos is there. Bonos makes the catch for out number 1 as Ryan Espiritu put a charge into it.
And John said, what, son?
Now batting number 3, Billy Berman.
1 away. Billy Berman, the batter. First pitch from Ferolia, swinging and a miss by Berman. Berman 1 for 2 on the day. Pitch just misses inside. Maybe a little up. See if M. Chanowski goes. He had some pretty good speed down the first base line.
There he goes. You called it.
And no throw. M. Chanowski gets himself down to second base with a stolen base. Smart move there by Blakely because it was a tough pitch out of the zone that he had to go out and scoop out of the dirt. You don't want to.
He had to backhand that, and he was off balance, actually.
Exactly.
And he couldn't have.
So we talked John Ferolia, only 12 years old. One of the youngest players in the league.
And he's on the mound chucking. Showing a lot of poise here.
Pitch on the corner for a strike.
There it is.
Full count. Ball 4. So Berman aboard with a walk. We'll put runners at first and second. We'll go back to the top of the order for Colonial. Stephen Lee. Lee has had only 1 official at bat so far today. He's been hit by a pitch. He's walked. And sandwiched in between that, he hit a ground ball to third.
Yeah, this game is brought to you by KMVT's All Sports presenting sponsor, the Menkes Clinic. Learn how the Menkes Clinic staff can help you look healthy, natural, and rejuvenated. The Menkes Clinic, helping you take care of the skin you are in.
See, now that flowed.
It flowed.
That flowed
Okay.
right off your tongue. I was impressed by that.
Oh, my, thank you. That means a lot to me. Stuck the bat out the bunt and didn't take it, but it was called strike.
Oh, and 1 the count to Lee. Pitch inside. 1-1. Two and 1 to count. Ferolia, not as he pitched last week against IOOF and pitched a gem. Not quite as sharp tonight as he was that night, but he might still just be warming up. This one's lifted into left field. Bonos comes up and makes the catch, battling the sun. Nice job by John Bonos to make the catch there. 2 away. And the batter will be Andrew Young. And third base coach Matt Nippes wants to have a word with him. Not sure if they're thinking about maybe laying one down here. Young has a very, very good speed.
Man, I don't know about the first baseman.
He would look to bunt for a base hit if he did.
Yeah.
That pitch well inside.
There goes Reagan.
And
no throw.
Good no throw.
once again.
By Blakely, yeah. Once again, that was a smart play on Blakely's part. Wild pitch advances the runners.
Yeah. Well, if anything's on now, he's going to be swinging away.
Second and third, yeah. Base hit could push Colonial into the lead.
Number 5, Andrew Young.
Pitch misses for a ball. That pitch on the corner for a strike. 2-1 the count to Andrew Young. Young is 1 for 3 on the day. Grounds this one sharply down past Matt Nippes, who made an attempt at it, if you want to call it that. Not very well.
Didn't he didn't have his heart in it?
No.
Not at all.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Matt played senior Babe Ruth
There you go.
for me when I coached seniors a while back. Hit into center field, Dwight Washington.
Oh,
Once
yeah.
again, where fly balls go to die. Out number 3, that'll do it for Colonial as they don't push anything across here in the bottom of the 6th. We go to the 7th, 5-4, Mountain View Lock. John Ferolia, Sam Wilhelm, and Julian Escoval slated for Mountain View Lock here in the top of the 7th inning of a 7-inning game, or scheduled 7-inning game. First pitch swinging is Ferolia, and he can't get it. Curveball that rides in very high, and again stayed very high.
Duke Meyer in relief of Nick Meyer.
Yep. Ferolia calls time as he felt that Duke Meyer was taking a little too long. I like this kid. I like this kid a lot. For a 12-year-old, I mean, he's calling time out. He's going at his own pace. Low. 3-1 the count to John Ferolia as he tries to get himself on board. Popped up into the screen. Count runs full. Sun really in that third baseman's eyes.
Third baseman, yeah.
This is
Just keep
treacherous
the
time.
bill of that hat down.
Strike 3 called on
Oh.
Ferolia.
Now batting number 11, Sam Wilhelm.
Sam Wilhelm, the batter. Wilhelm is 2 for 3 today.
Scored twice. No.
Scored once.
Yeah,
Scored
once.
once.
What was that?
Remember, he came in, but that was the play where the runner did not touch home plate.
Correct.
Yeah. Something I've never seen.
Yeah, robbed him of an RBI.
Yeah, robbed him, yeah. That was only the third strikeout. We talked about that earlier. yeah.
Correct. Correct. You're absolutely right.
These guys are up here swinging the bats.
They are.
Right back at us.
Two and 1 the count to Sam Wilhelm, the Lock first baseman. Inside, brushes him back. Low ball 4, Wilhelm's aboard. So a 1-out walk will bring up Julian Escobar.
Now batting number 3, Julian Escobar.
Escobar 1 for 2 on the day. He was hit by a pitch.
And hit that good liner.
Did hit a good liner to the
He had that base
shortstop.
hit, yeah.
And he had a base hit too. Yes. So he's been hit hard today. Pitch gets away. Runner goes, and Wilhelm is down to second with a stolen base. He was running on the pitch.
Sam was.
That pitch was right over the top by Duke Meyer. Went right down into the dirt, and not much that Reagan M. Chanowski could do with that one. Escobar lifts this one into center
It's
field.
gonna
It's going to
sink.
drop down for a base hit. Tough read there by Wilhelm. And he's going to have to hold at third base. See, now that's where that you can put a little bit on Sam Wilhelm for not whenever
Halfway?
Well, whenever you're
Sure.
on second base, you should always take a look at where the outfielders are, so that when a ball like that is hit, you're going to know, hey, there's no way that guy's going to
Gonna
get to
get
the
at it.
ball. I'm going to run.
He could-
But I'm not sure he knew where the outfielders were before the pitch went to the plate, and as such, he went back to the bag thinking that it could be caught.
I agree.
31 attempt. I don't think we'll see Escobar run here,
No.
but I do wonder if they would call a squeeze with Matt Green.
Have they been known to do that? No.
no.
Okay, well then.
Fouled into the screen at
tell you
first
what.
base.
That Johnny Escobar really impresses me too.
Julian
He's
Escobar,
Julian,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Julian. He's been swinging, hustling.
He is starting to hit the ball for
Nice
him, no
little
doubt.
play, yep.
They're not going to hold him on at first base. Don't know if he'll now go or not. I don't think so. I still don't think
he
he'll
will
go.
either. I don't think he will either.
Strike called.
Matt Green, batter, yeah.
Matt Green is 0 for 2. He's walked, struck out, and hit a pop-up to the catcher. Duke Meyer's a little concerned about the runners, but Julian Escobar's not shown any signs of going.
No. Doing a little dancing over there, but he's not going anywhere. Yeah, well, here he goes.
Now he's going to go. They're going to throw down. He's going to have to hustle, and they don't let the throw go through. They might have gotten him.
I thought they would have got him.
So Escobar gets down to second and breaks up any chance at a double play for Colonial. Runners at second and third. It's a 1-2 count.
They were concerned with the
Green.
runner at third. They're concerned with Sam over there at third. That's why they cut it off.
Strike 3 called, and down goes Green as the infield was playing in. Now they'll back it up with 2 outs. And the batter is Ashley Avery.
Ashley Avery.
Avery is 1 for 3 on the day.
He hit the ball hard his last time at bat.
Indeed. He lifts this one into right center field. It's a long run for Meyer. He's not going to get there. 1 run comes across. Escobar on his way to the plate, and Escobar will touch home plate and make sure that he touches home plate as he double touches it. And 2 runs come in for Mountain View Lock on the double by Ashley Avery.
And ball was tailing away from Nick Meyer out there. I hit right off the bat, right? I had my eye on it the whole time. It was just tailing away. He was hustling, too. Nick was on his horse trying to get to it. Just could not get to it. Ball was tailing away, like I said. 2 RBIs.
Pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 to John Bonos. Bonos is 1 for 3. Bonos hitting .375 coming into the ball game.
There's your hustle on the base path. Got those 2 RBIs, Paulie.
That's right. You got to hustle. Nice job by Avery to put a charge into that one
Yeah.
and give a little cushion to Mountain View Lock going into the bottom of the 7th. And they're not done. There's 2 outs, but a runner in scoring position. Pitch is low, skips away. Avery holds.
Reagan's not too shabby behind the plate either. They got 2 good catchers on this club.
Does a nice job. And Duke Meyer's not the easiest guy in the world to catch since he comes right over the top. Because if he misses low, I'm just coming right down into the dirt at you. Pitch misses outside. Ball 4. Bonos is aboard. And the batter is Dwight Washington. Washington's 0 for 2, but he's been on base twice, hit by a pitch and walked.
Now batting, number 1, Dwight Washington.
Pitch missed low, ball 1.
Go ahead, bring it in here.
Strike called on the outside corner. Washington laid off. 1-1 to count. Two and 1. Two and 2 the count on a fastball strike. Curveball misses low. Full count. 2 outs, the runner should be going.
Duke Meyer checking all the runners.
Swing and a miss, and Washington goes down on strikes. That will do it for Mountain View Lock in the top of the 7th, but they strike for 2 more, and they have a 7-4 lead. Bottom of the 7th inning. Johnny Mendoza, Duke Myers, and Ryan Myers slated for Colonial Mortuary as they look to dig themselves out of a hole.
And the ducks are on the pond, as they say. This is it.
That was a little mortuary humor there. Dig themselves out of a hole.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody
Colonial
caught that. I could see that. Yeah, that one.
Right.
Yeah, that was really good.
Okay. Oh, that was hit sharply foul and woke up those in front of the dugout. Mendoza is 1 for 3 on the day. He's got a couple of RBIs. John Ferrolia out to work his 2nd inning. That one's fouled back and out of play. 0-2. Curveball.
Boy, another tomahawk. That may drop.
In the left, Bonos comes
And it
charging
did.
in, can't get there. And it drops in as Mendoza fishes
Boy.
for 1 outside the zone.
He reminds me of Pablo Sandoval, doesn't he, bud? He's swinging at everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the
That
most
was-
recent swinger like that.
Sure. That definitely was not.
Remember Manny Sanguillen?
Man, he was great.
Now batting, number
The kids have no idea who Manny Sanguillen is.
Pittsburgh for years and years. In fact,
great
he's
catcher.
in the dugout. He's coaching.
Oh, good for him.
The second in command. Gosh, what team is it? There's a shot.
Hit hard down the left field line. Fair ball by Duke Myers. Mendoza will hold at second. And Duke Myers drilled that one. So back-to-back singles by Colonial Mortuary. And the batter will be Ryan Myers.
Ryan Myers.
Myers 1 for 3 on the day. He has scored a run. Single, got on an error, stole a base, came around to score. He grounded out to second. Nobody out, runners at first and second, the tying run at the plate. First pitch in there for a strike, 0-1.
There you go, that's what you needed.
Fouled at the plate, 0-2.
Barely tipped it. Geez, Colonial in the first inning came out running, scored those first two. I figured, well, but gosh, Mountain View Lock has hung on there, done a very good job.
Last 0-2, he threw one out of the zone, and Mendoza went and got it. Runners will advance on the passed ball. Runners at second and third, but you don't really need to worry about them as you're up by 3. The key is to get the batters out now.
Sure.
1-2 the count to Ryan Myers. Reaches for one and fouls it up into the screen. This is a very hitter-friendly ballpark, is McKelvey. You've got a screen out over home plate that keeps those pop-ups from being caught, and you've got a fairly small foul area.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
The infield playing in, and I really don't know why. You're up by 3 runs in the 7th, and you need to get the batter out. You don't; those 2 runs mean nothing right now when you're up by 3.
Have to ask the coach after the game.
Yeah, an odd strategy. You're in the 7th. Colonial likes it. Popped up and out of play.
Ryan Myers giving him, he's battling up here.
He indeed is.
Yep. You can see he's the only person in the sunlight. Everybody else is in the shade.
Curveball that he fights off. A nice stop by Chris Mims. Down the first baseline. Bare hands it. I applaud that.
Ryan's hanging tough. Here we go.
Popped up. Maybe playable, but no, it gets up in the stands. And
Sam Wilhelm ran out of room.
Ryan Myers certainly giving a lot of souvenirs to the fans here that they can bring him back for a coupon redeemable at the snack bar.
The Gourmet Snack Bar.
The Gourmet Snack Bar.
The snack bar Dan Kern has never missed.
Never missed. Fouled up into the screen. So Myers, a one-man wrecking crew here, just driving that pitch count up for Ferolia. Popped up, maybe playable. Wilhelm near the fence, reaches up, can't catch it.
Wow, the fence. The ball was playable, actually.
It was
but
playable.
It was against the fence. Sam just couldn't snag it.
Tough play.
It was very tough.
Yeah, that's where you're hoping your players or coaches or somebody is telling you how much room you have. You got to have some communication there. And you want to reach out always and find the fence. Get over to the fence, find the fence, and then go to the ball. Curveball is popped up over the drawn-in infield. One run's going to come in to score. That was a nice read by Mendoza. And that's what happens when you play your infield in.
Exactly right.
It's an infield single for Ryan Myers.
Now batting number 32, Nick Meyer.
Batter is Nick Myers. Myers is 1 for 2 on the day. He has a sacrifice.
On the play, Duke could only go to second. Play was right in front of him.
Right, and that was
Sure.
a smart
There's
move
no
by
sweat.
Duke Myers.
Staying
A
right
smart
there, yeah.
move by Johnny Mendoza. This one's grounded foul.
Yeah. Johnny's quick. He got down. He got
That
down the line.
was-
Yeah, he
that
scored
was
quickly.
Very smart base running on the part of Johnny Mendoza too.
So now we have Nick Myers up.
Runners on first and second. Runners on first and second. It's always good to turn on your microphone when you're going to speak.
Well, they heard it through. They heard it through me.
Popped up. Wilhelm calling for it and drops the ball. It's
Drops
the
the ball.
infield fly rule,
rules.
though. So the batter is out on the infield fly rule. Wilhelm. That's one where as Julian Esquivel gets older, he'll call Wilhelm off.
Sure,
but
certainly.
that was just a
Certainly.
Now batting
rookie mistake there. Wilhelm saved, though, by the infield fly rule.
And he definitely was tempted to catch it. I mean, that was.
Time called as Ryan Myers wants to tie his shoe. Always important to have the equipment cinched up.
Gosh, I haven't seen infield fly rule called in a long time.
Long time.
So
Reagan Mchanowski, the batter. Mchanowski takes for a strike one.
Nice.
Mchanowski is 1 for 1 today. I believe he's only had one official.
yes, he
one
has.
at bat.
Yes, he has.
Clayton Davis got 2, and Mchanowski came in, I believe.
That was a nice inside strike by John.
Pitch is low. Boy, huge lead down at second base
Yeah.
by Duke Myers. But again, Duke
Don't worry about
Myers, it doesn't mean anything. But the runner at first does. The runner at first represents
Yep.
the tying run. And I know that Colonial Mortuary would like to get the runners to second and third. Strike called. And with the sun where it is, I would be tempted to go. He's got a good lead at second base. I would try a double steal here.
Yeah,
You got to be a little gutsy. You got to be a
You got nothing.
gambler.
What do you got to lose?
What do you got to lose? You're in first place by a couple of games. Take a chance. This one is
Step on
grounded.
second.
Throw to first. It gets past. And
Center.
Wilhelm can't hang on. Myers comes in to score and makes it a one-run game. Ryan Myers is throwing out is grounds out, is out at second on the 6 unassisted. And Mchanowski
here's
gets
your-
onto the fielder's choice.
Here's your ground ball right up the center, right over the mound. Nice play by your shortstop. Ashley threw over to first and couldn't pick it up.
Throw over to first, and Mchanowski is back in time. I would think that they will now definitely look to steal Mchanowski.
He's quick, too. I was watching him.
There he goes. Ball is low. Throw down to second. Not in time. Good throw by Blakely, but just a little bit late as he had a double clutch to get it out of the glove, and that allowed Mchanowski to get down there. Ryan Espiritu, the batter, he's 0 for 3 today, but has put the ball into play every time. Hits this one hard into left field. Charging is Bonos. They're going to hold Mchanowski at third. Bonos doesn't throw it. Now he does. And that caused some of the hearts in the lock dugout to go pitter-patter. Espiritu with a single. His first hit of the night. And the batter will be Billy Berman.
Now batting number 3, Billy Berman.
2 outs.
This is getting interesting.
A 7-6 ball game.
Man on third. With speed.
And Colonial on the verge, if they pull this out or even tie this up, of tying a modern-day record in Mountain View Babe Ruth. They have not struck out yet tonight.
Oh, no kidding.
No
As I
strikeouts
check
for
my-
Colonial.
There you go.
Popped up
I have told
down the left field line. Warmke gives chase but can't get there, just out of his reach.
He was hustling, just could not get it. Would have been an over the head, over the back.
It would have been a heck of a catch
Yep.
by Warmke if he'd gotten there. Great hustle. And he's a good athlete. If he'd gotten there, I think he would have made the catch. Just couldn't get there. Just out of his reach. So Berman with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning of a 1-run game. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-2. Spiritu trying to draw a throw. And, boy, they're going to let him get to second. I cringed
That's a winning
little at
run.
that
That's a
'cause
winning
the
run.
winning run, yeah. And you get him in a rundown, and you may be able to get him. They let him go to second, and that may work for him, actually. It's not a horrible move. Grounded towards third base. Up with it is Warmke. He throws across the diamond in time to retire Billy Berman. And that will do it.
Here's a replay of the final out.
Take another look at that last
It's a
out.
pitch, high bouncer. Nice play. Nice play by Quentin. On over to first. He had plenty of time. Nice throw. Good game. Well played game.
Very well played game. Both teams came out and put on a great show for the fans that were here tonight. Certainly our congratulations to Mountain View Lock, who gives Colonial Mortuary only their second defeat of the season. And Mountain View Lock firmly entrenched in that second place position behind them. So a shout out to them. There's your final score. Mountain View Lock 7, Colonial Mortuary 6. We'd like to thank our producer-director, Bobby Chastain, our camera crew of Ted Milkey, Tim Erskine, Sherilyn Meacham, and Jim Twu. We'd like to thank Elaine Spence and Mountain View Babe Ruth for allowing us to come out here tonight. If you'd like to purchase a DVD copy of any KMVT game, you can go to the website there at kmvt15.org or call the station at 650-968-1540. For all of us here at KMVT, for my compadre, the mailman, Terry Ward, I'm Paul Cunningham. We'll see you next time.